Welcome into Hand Raised Guys, presented by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. I'm Neal McCready. That's Chase Parham here in the Clark Ford Studios. As we start to wrap up a week of podcast here at MPW Digital. It's Thursday evening. We'll open up the phone lines here in a moment. You guys can call in. We'll take your calls. You guys sort of determine where this show goes or doesn't go, and to some degree how long it lasts. Got a big weekend ahead with last weekend before baseball for Chase here. And I'm heading to Austin tomorrow for SEC basketball, Ole Miss and Texas, 1 o'clock from, is it Moody Arena or Moody Center?
I think it's Center. I've been saying Arena all week, but I'm pretty sure it's Center, and I was incorrect. So
from the Moody Center there in Austin. So we'll have coverage of that at rebels247.com. And then, of course, whatever else happens to come up. There's a view of Alcatraz. You just missed it. You ever been to Alcatraz?
I have not. No.
Been a couple times.
Am I missing anything?
It's interesting.
Is it?
Yeah. It's beautiful. Beautiful place. Not just the area around it. You can't imagine being in jail and staring out at San Francisco back in the day. It would have been quite the torture.
Yeah.
Said you could hear the parties when you were out at Alcatraz. You could hear the laughter.
Is that on purpose? Was that done as part of the
psychological torture? Probably so.
Was that part of it?
I would think. Okay. It's quite interesting.
That's awful.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. San Francisco, I know it has a world of problems right now, but it is a beautiful city. We are brought to you by Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating, different names, same great people, products, and services. If you live in Oxford, Batesville, Tupelo, or the surrounding area, call our friends at Comer, 662-801-1777. If you live in Memphis, South Haven, Hernando, Olive Branch, those areas, call Southern 662-429-4429. As I mentioned, we're in the Clark Ford Studios. Clark Ford's in Amory, Mississippi, 662-257-1900. Call that number. Ask for Corey Clark. Tell Corey what Ford product you're looking for. He'll send you a quote within 15 minutes in business hours, right to the bottom line. No hassle, no haggle. You get your quote. The rest is up to you. You can shop it around. You can do what we've done. What I recommend that you do, let's hop into a Clark Ford today, 662-257-1900. Mentioned the Campbell Clinic Hotline. From fractures and sports injuries to complex spine and limb conditions, the pediatric orthopedic physicians at Campbell Clinic in Oxford are the only specialized orthopedic team in North Mississippi providing expert care for growing bodies. Visit campbellclinicoxford.com to schedule an appointment or call 901-759-3111. And this will be our Friday Blue Sky Live. Chase, what's up at Blue Sky?
All over the state of Mississippi, up and down I-55, throughout North Mississippi as well. Here locally with the Oxford Exxon and Sweet Daddy stops at most of those locations. They can take care of your dinner, your catering options over the weekend. Whatever you got going on, maybe it's a corporate event, maybe it's family, maybe it's just you want some ribs and want them wrapped up, ready to go, wet or dry, they'll take care of you. They're with all Sweet Daddy locations inside Blue Skies in the state of Mississippi, and they've been doing some Valentine's Day specials coming up as well. So we'll point those out as that gets here next week.
What's going on with you?
Oh, I've been working a little today. I told you I ended up doing stream of consciousness writing for a little bit of the day. I got a haircut today. Asked some people about Pittsburgh, what the garden spot of Pittsburgh is like. Told us basically just a courthouse and a jailhouse is what I was told.
Yeah, I wouldn't think there's a hell of a lot of like restaurant scene or anything there.
Don't think that. I think that's probably fair. Otherwise, no, it's been fairly low key. Just kind of working. Been quiet today. I don't think I've been on my phone hardly at all today. Had like 2 or 3 phone calls all day.
Good for you.
It's been. I'm tired.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't sleep great last night. Was up a little bit, and yeah, I feel like here lately Thursdays have been tiring. Just kind of get to the end of the week and can't get a routine. Nobody's back at school yet. Still,
you're more impacted by this than I have been.
You bragged to me about this yesterday when I came in.
Yeah, our routine is such that this has not impacted it much at all, really. I mean, if I'm totally honest, other than the trees, Laura being bothered by the trees, nothing's really been altered. Yeah, the show's early on Thursdays, but it's just don't want to give up nights, to be honest.
This has been really, really, really helpful from our time standpoint.
Yeah. Just
in a number of ways.
Just don't like giving up nights.
Apologies or whatnot, but
simple as that.
It was 7 is what it used to be.
Yeah.
It used to be 7.
It just was a lost night. And in football season, it's just another lost night. Not complaining, just being honest.
Yeah, but that's the reason why.
And in basketball season, we lose nights.
And honestly, you guys showed up enough to keep it moving at this hour that allowed it to happen.
Yeah.
Credit to you, thank you.
Yeah.
But that was part of it too. I mean, had nobody showed up and like, okay, well, we'll just do a show and talk to each other.
But we lose nights. Like I'm gone tomorrow, and then I've got a basketball game Wednesday. And you've got baseball coming up, and then starting here in the next few weeks, a lot of these are going to be solo shows with me taking calls. So I might do some of them at night when basketball's over. But it's just made more sense from a quality of life standpoint.
I was last night trying to drill down if I am going to try to run any races this year and for sure figure out what I'm doing or whatnot. Your shirt made me think of it because you've got a Big Sur marathon shirt on. And what I'm noticing is the ones that schedule a long way out or the majors are the ones that have tons of altitude stuff. And I'm like, I'm not going to go try to run a marathon in altitude. Like Boulder kept popping up when I was looking today. And I thought that looks really fun and beautiful and miserable at the same time. All those things.
Yeah.
It's 5,350 feet is where it runs.
Mm.
It's in a valley, but it's in Colorado. There's no...
You won't stay in the valley.
Well, and even if you are, you're still dealing with the air and all the stuff and whatnot. So, yeah.
Big Sur was beautiful. It was easily the most miserable one that I ran.
That was your worst time, wasn't it?
Oh, yeah, yeah. I mean, I quit even thinking about time.
Were you hurt?
Yeah, I
was that the hurt?
I was a little hurt. Yep. I had probably the beginnings of some of my knee stuff.
That's what I thought.
And then I ran the one in Duluth, though, to prove the point about the altitude and stuff. I ran the one in Duluth hurt. And I ran it in maybe my best time ever, 4:02.
Okay.
I was flying for that one. And that one, I literally finished the last couple miles almost in a sprint. So
I remember you told me that.
I think it was.
That's the one where it rained.
It was rained, and the weather was good, but it was flat. You just were running. You weren't having to think about climbing or torquing, or you just ran.
Were you and David in the same corral or close?
Yeah, we started at the same time, but then we told each other, "Hey, we're not.
Don't try to.
Yeah, see ya.
Run your race."
Yeah, I think he's probably 15 minutes behind me.
Okay. Big Ben asking in the stream about if we have interest in the Winter Olympics. There are certain events that I have some interest in, but I will be 100% transparent and say a couple weeks ago I saw some things regarding downhill skiing and different things, and I wasn't 100% sure if the Olympics had already started. I was not even aware of the start date at that point. I mean, I've seen all the Lindsey Vonn stuff here in the last week or so.
It hasn't started yet, right?
No. We're getting close. She's trying to compete in what will assuredly be her final Olympics on a torn ACL.
Oh, yeah.
And I was listening to medical professionals talk about how, in theory, it is at least possible to try, but the amount of torque and pressure when you're downhill skiing on that knee will be
excruciating.
Oh, I mean, I bet she can't feel anything, but
yes. Yeah.
They'll have her, I mean, enough to kill a small horse. But
tomorrow's the opening ceremony. Okay. I didn't know that. Yeah, I like some of it. I like watching like the luge and the bobsled and
I do like the bobsled. The ski jump's fun.
Yeah. I mean, I'll watch some of it, sure. I don't know what I'm watching.
If the figure skating is on, I will stop and kind of stare at it for a minute. I mean, it's all right. The hockey's good.
Yeah,
I watch the hockey.
Yeah, sure.
Tyler, who I think is a Chiefs fan. It's funny. He says, I remember hearing last year you guys are not interested in Super Bowl due to the Chiefs being in it. Sounds like it's more of a y'all problem than the Chiefs being in the Super Bowl. There's probably some fairness
Probably
to that.
some
And
truth
all.
to
I know
that.
you're joking, but that's
Yeah.
probably is.
Probably some truth to that.
Again, I am mourning because I would have been so into a Broncos-Rams Super Bowl. I mean, I would have been,
Yeah.
like I said this morning, I think I said 93, 94 out of 100. Wow. SPD and MS3, 47 years old, never watched the Olympics.
Huh.
Do you mean winter or either? Because frankly, in America, it's hard to escape the Summer Olympics. You almost don't have a choice. Chauncey says biathlon is his favorite.
Oh, I've seen that before. That's pretty crazy. Hey, caller, you're on.
It's
Who's
the
this?
rifle shooting and the skiing.
It's crazy. It's nuts. Hey, caller, you're on.
Hey, Neal. Hey, Chase. It's Austin.
Hey, Austin. What's up, man?
Hey, guys. It's Austin. How y'all doing?
Oh, we're good. What's up?
Again, I'm sorry about the delay. I have no idea why that always happens every time I call. It's like
You're good.
All
delay.
good.
I'm bad.
All good.
So, I wanted to follow up on that real quick and just ask y'all what you think. How much of the Super Bowl, like, being amped up and ready for it? Because I know at one point this week y'all both talked about how neither one of y'all could really care or find much interest in this year's Super Bowl. Is it just the fact that, like, we've kind of gotten numb to teams like the Chiefs or the Eagles or the 49ers or even, I guess, to an extent, even Seattle or New England, because even though they haven't been great recently, like, because they were about a decade ago, they were relevant to the point where it made us all sick. Those logos just don't really inspire people to really care. Like, if y'all remember, and this is the point of my question, like, the Super Bowl the year that the Bengals were in it, like, it felt like more people were so dialed in, the Rams too, because it was two new teams that people could get behind. And it feels like people watch the Super Bowl. Like, let me ask y'all a question. Like, are y'all's interest in the Super Bowl dependent on who plays in it or the storylines going into it? What say you?
I think you have some point for sure. I do think people get frustrated by logos and whatnot. Mine, I mean, if I'm really examining it, it's age, what else is going on in my life. It is the way we consume media as well. Because what I have found is I get really into a Super Bowl if I can care about one of the teams. And that's not been the case in several years. Now, I could pull against the Chiefs because I was tired of them, but it was just a personal preference thing. But I probably haven't been directly for a team since the Rams and the one you're speaking of when they beat the Bengals. So it's a strange dynamic. You know, I don't care about the halftime show. I'm not a music person. I rarely do, but I don't care about the halftime show.
Yeah.
I can watch the commercials before or after. So I don't even have to tune in for the commercials in the way that I would most times. And I am in I want to be very careful here as I say this. I am thankful and blessed for my job. I'm not complaining compared to what most people do. But we haven't really stopped, and we've been dealing with so much stuff that it's taking a lot to make me just simply care about a game that's on when I know baseball starts in a week. Mm-hmm. And my mind has sort of already transitioned to that now. And I just don't know that I'm going to watch the Super Bowl because I love football, and I will watch the last football game. And I'll probably find things I really enjoy during the game. However, leading up in the build-up, I'm having a hard time completely getting juiced up about just two teams playing a football game I don't care about. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I need the other thing, and the way we consume media right now, there is no other thing that I have to be watching to catch that other thing. Because I'm also not going to sit on Twitter and necessarily try to follow with everybody else in real time the way you do certain sporting events. Probably not. Well, Neal's definitely not. That's probably not going to be the way I consume it. So I think it's a lot of different things. But look, I think it's age to some extent. I think you just care about it more in your 20s and 30s.
I've got a theory for my lack of interest in this Super Bowl, and I'll watch it. We'll turn it on. We talked about it. My wife and I did this morning. I didn't get to watch either of the championship games. We had no power. I had no way to see it. I had really no cell service, and I didn't get to see either game. And so to some degree, it feels like the season ended, and so now they're just playing a game. And I don't have anything resembling a rooting interest. And I will agree with Chase. This was a much busier football season than we're used to. And then you throw in the storm and just I've had stuff going on, and I'm not interested in the build up to it at all. But I'll turn it on Sunday, and if it's a good game, I'll stay with it. It will be one of those games that for me will probably they're probably going to have to keep me in it a little bit. I was actually working on this for 10 Thoughts a little bit today. When I was younger, the Super Bowl was and the first one I remember was like Super Bowl 10-ish, Super Bowl 9, 10. Like, and then in my teenage years, the commercials and stuff, but that was pre-internet. And so the commercials were a big part of the
huge
broadcast. And now if I want to see those commercials, I can see them. I can see them sometime tomorrow if I wanted to. And if I don't see them, I could watch them on Monday morning early.
Super Bowl 25 was the first one I was really, really, really into. That was the Matt Barr kicking the field goal, Scott Norwood missing the field goal, and Giants-Bills.
Oh, yeah.
And the Bud Bowl was going on, the commercials, the whole deal. I mean, just for my age, that was like, this is manna.
Wasn't that the one with Whitney Houston singing the national anthem that everybody always rants and raves about?
I think that's correct.
Yeah, I think so. It's a great game. I mean, it's a part of Americana. I mean, I say this, and sometimes people don't think I'm serious. I think Monday should be a national holiday.
I agree. I totally agree. I think there's something like the fact is there's no real storyline going into this game, and really for the mainstream, there's not a lot of publicity or like anything pushing it. And yet, it's still going to be the most watched event probably in the world this year. Maybe not, well, probably not the world because of the World Cup, but still, like it goes to show you, number one, how big the NFL is, and number two,
it's community. We all get together, we watch it with people, we have parties, we eat snacks, we do the whole deal. It's a ritual.
Exactly. Like let's be honest. I don't think any of us are, especially in this part of the country, are going to care if Seattle or New England wins another Super Bowl, but it's a celebration of basically, like y'all said, the last football game of the year. And also, I do think there's part of it, like, I think the NFL would really have a really, really awesome time if one of the other teams that have a lot of mainstream love throughout the season actually made it. Like, throughout the last couple of years, America's kind of fallen in love with teams like the Bills or the Lions.
Yeah.
Or, heck, even in some cases, the Bears.
Yeah.
And they just don't make it.
No, I think
it's close, but they don't make it.
Yeah, I think if you put any of those teams in it, I'd be more interested. I don't know why. I mean, New England's great. Frankly, New England's a phenomenal Cinderella story. I mean, they were 4-13 a year ago. 4-13.
Yes.
I mean, they're in the Super Bowl. They're 60 minutes from raising the trophy, and they were 4-13 a year ago. We should. And frankly, when the game starts, I'm probably going to be cheering for them to a point that I'll probably get into it.
Me too. If I had to pick one I'm more interested in, it's probably New England. Just for whatever reason, I'm like Chase. Seattle just doesn't do it for me. Like, I guess Sam Darnold's a cool story.
Yeah,
but
for sure.
Either way, is anybody going to really be excited one way or the other unless you're a fan of one of those teams about the game? Probably not.
Probably not.
No.
It just is what it is.
Yeah.
Well, listen, guys, I'm going to let y'all keep going. Appreciate y'all.
Thanks, Appreciate you.
You seeing that for the first time, Greg Sankey's actually getting involved in these things and not in the way you might would think?
No.
You know, it's not really his fault in some ways, but has somebody lost more Q rating? I mean, frankly, he's looked weak. He's been sort of killed by Tony Petitti in these negotiations over the last 24 to 36 months. And today finally speaks out against an SEC institution. From Ross Dellinger in a groundbreaking affidavit, which I have not read, but it's linked. SEC Commissioner Greg Sankey urges a court to uphold NCAA eligibility standards and prevent Alabama's Charles Bediako from playing. citing policies that are, quote, essential to the integrity of college sports. So he has been completely silent on anything to do with court cases and now comes out against one of his institutions. And again, I think he is right in this case. However, whoa, boy, this is a look. Because he's been destroyed by Petiti here.
Yeah. Let me think about this a minute. Caller, go ahead. You're on.
Hey, y'all. This is Mark Columbus.
What's up, Mark? How are you, buddy?
I'm good.
Hey, congratulations on Joey Aguilar. That's good. Proud for you. It's awesome.
Yeah. I'm the only guy in America that's mad that his guy won a TRO. Oh my God.
So, what do you think of this Bediako? What do you think? What do you think of Sankey getting involved? I'm trying to. The question that's going.
Getting his ass kicked
the question that's going through my mind, Mark and Chase both, is why now?
Because this is where the bridge he's pulling. I mean, come on. It is really far.
Else.
Say it again,
He's
Chase.
getting his ass kicked everywhere else in the college landscape.
Yes.
Because he got snookered into this 9-game schedule without an expanded playoff. He got totally snookered into that. What's he going to do? I got to live with Joey Aguilar for another year. Why couldn't he have lost that battle? I mean, it's one thing to get Trinidad Chambliss back. I get Joey Aguilar. I can't take it.
So you think, Chase, that this is Sankey saying this is the bridge too far?
Yeah, this is the straw in the back, and again, I don't disagree. I mean, when this is a can of worms, way different than any other can of worms we've dealt with to this point.
Because of
professional athletes in America playing that sport because simply they weren't good enough to proceed at the professional level. Yes, he's not wrong on anything he's saying in this affidavit. I'm starting to kind of scan the quotes as we're talking. But he's been, as Mark said, he's got his ass kicked. He's been incapable of being at the front and center of this. The Big Ten has taken hold because of, frankly, in a lot of ways, his leadership and stubbornness. And now, you come out finally. You've been so quiet, and it's against, number one, an SEC institution, and number two, it's against Alabama. It's interesting.
I will say from a Q rating standpoint, if he was going to go after a school, that was the one that he had to go after because of the being in Birmingham and all the stuff.
You couldn't let them slide and then...
Well, if they were based in Nashville, he couldn't go after Tennessee first. If he was based in New Orleans, they couldn't go after LSU. I mean, he would have to go after Tennessee. You know what I'm saying?
Says it's grounded in the principle that college athletics are reserved for current college athletes who are actively pursuing a degree while participating in sports, and for future college athletes who seek to benefit from the unique educational, athletic, and leadership opportunities provided through college sports. Here's your question, and Mark, feel free to chime in, because, I mean, all jokes aside, you're dealing with Aguilar, and Ole Miss people are dealing with Chambliss. Is he grabbing the most egregious case as a way to basically over the next week say all these cases should be shut down?
I mean, pursuing a degree is kind of laughable there.
Well, that's idiotic. They never walk into a classroom.
It's idiotic. Can we stop? Can we just stop with that charade? I mean,
I do wonder.
4 schools of 4 years.
And the following is not rhetorical. It's something I genuinely wonder what people would think. If Joey Aguilar were Ohio State, Trinidad Chambliss was Michigan, and Charles Bediako was Wisconsin, what would we be saying down here? I'm asking.
Well,
I'm trying to think of an example up there where they're even doing that.
Well, I don't need an example. Now, my point is that this is all happening in SEC. If this were happening in the Big Ten, what would we be saying about?
But isn't that
those
circumstantial?
cases?
This has been going on for a year or two.
Yeah, I'm just asking. I'm not being argumentative. I'm asking. I don't know.
No, I don't know that. I don't think. I mean, to me, that does not factor in much because, frankly, if you're going to go down that road, you got a huge problem with Duke and Miami right now over the way they did that, and nobody in the SEC is even mentioning it. Like it's not even a storyline. I think we're just all going.
I'm completely for throwing the guardrails away and let's go. I'm for.
But what's the end game there?
I guess
that's my point. Though,
I don't know.
Is like at some point, and
I don't know.
And I think that's where if you're.
I don't know.
I'm not going to say that sentence because I don't believe that. I do wonder a little bit, though, back to what I just previously said. And again, guys, we're reacting in very real time here.
Sure.
I do wonder a little bit if Sankey is indirectly or maybe directly down the road saying he disagrees with any of these cases? And if so, good freaking luck to you.
Well, I will tell you that I think, knowing what I know of him, I think he probably does disagree with all three of these cases.
He is siding with the NCAA, though, right now over his constituents, which is an issue.
Yeah, but this might be him telling you what he really feels.
Is that his job?
I don't know.
Because Goodell, that would not be his job. He's not supposed to have an opinion.
Well, the NFL's different.
I know it's different. I know. Yeah. I get it.
I mean, this is where I come back to where I'm coming from in this, which is I'm for Trinidad getting a 6th year. I'm for Trinidad getting a 7th year. I'm for Trinidad getting an 8th year. If you're going to make this about money, these guys can make more money playing college sports than they can make doing other things. Joey Aguilar's not going to play in the NFL. Trinidad's a 5th round choice. Not a sure thing. Charles Bediako's not an NBA player, but he can get paid at Alabama. We've made this about money, and by God, if it's going to be about money, then let it be about money. And that's where I am on it. It has taken me 2 years to get to this place, but I'm here.
So you're proposing they just be a AAA and call it a day?
Yes.
And there are literally no eligibility rules?
Literally none.
And the sport dies. It's done.
I disagree.
Oh, done. It's done. 10 years, it won't exist.
Oh, I don't agree with that. I think it's too powerful. I think it's too.
It's not powerful under those terms.
I think it's too emotional for people to do that.
It's not emotional anymore. That's my point. It's already less emotional now than last year. You do that, kill it. It might as well be minor league baseball.
Okay, so I'm not being argumentative, but you say that, and yet the TV ratings are off the charts.
It's different.
The college, no one knows who the hell the college basketball players are, and the SEC just played 2 games recently. Kentucky at Arkansas, Alabama at Florida, where the ratings are just boom, massive ratings.
Well, we haven't got to that point yet, though. There's a line. Everybody has a line. There's always a line, and that would be the line.
Well, then I guess when you get to that line, everyone will agree, hey, we're at a line. We got to do something.
And maybe.
But right now you're asking everybody the NCAA is literally asking everybody going, hey, we can't do this without Congress. So without Congress, can we all agree to rules? And I'm in this world. I've been around these people for 20-something years. The answer is, God, no. These people aren't going to all agree to rules. They're too competitive. It means too much. There's too much money. There is no structure.
I think I agree with Big Ben here. He goes, ratings can be a dead cat bounce. I think I agree.
I'm not sure what that means.
There's a poison that's not being seen yet.
Okay,
that it actually is over. We're just not there yet.
So the tree's dead, but you can't tell by looking
the roots
at it.
are dead, and the tree still looks good.
I've never heard.
I haven't either, but I know that's what he's referencing. Yeah. Go ahead, Mark.
And for people for people that think we're arguing, we're not arguing at all. We're not. There's no fight here. We're just talking through it.
I thought Neal was saying that just to see if, okay, well, let's finally kill it. He wants to see all this happen because maybe this is the thing that puts the bullet in it.
Well, I don't want to put a bullet. I don't want to put a bullet in it. What I'm saying is look, here's what I am saying, and I believe I'm right here. Okay, I really do. I believe that if you're ever going to get to a place where you're going to get collective bargaining, you're going to get structure. You're going to have to get everyone to a place, or at least most everyone to a place where they go, yes, we need structure. And I'm not convinced that we're there yet. I mean, I'm not at all convinced that we're there yet. I think we're at a place still with college athletics where it is so competitive that right now you have people going, shit, there's no rules. Why in the world would I agree to rules? I mean, Kelvin Sampson last night basically said, hey, we're going to have to recruit differently because we don't have enough money. And I think most people responded to it with, good, you guys are out.
Big Ben says stock investment term. A stock bounces like a dead cat and idiots buy it, then it crashes forever.
Gotcha. Okay. I'd never heard the term.
Yeah. I mean, look, maybe that's what it requires. Maybe it requires the whole damn thing to just go into anarchy, and then you pick the pieces up. But when you do that,
but I just don't like. I don't like arbitrary. I really don't. I've said this on McCready and Siskey today. I don't like the arbitrary part of, well, this guy can get a 7th year, but this guy can't. This guy can get a 6th year, but this guy can't. Why? And why 6 years? I mean, for the longest time, it was 5. Now it's 6. Guys are applying for 7. I think it was the Big Ten commissioner said people are applying for 8. Okay, so let them. I mean, I think that's where I'm kind of coming from. The NBA guy came back. He's going to file a court case somewhere. He'll win.
Well, when you deemed it non-amateur, look, I know they've always been paid, but when you deemed it non-amateur athletics anymore,
yeah, that part's out.
Non-amateurs can play.
Yeah, it's not amateur anymore. You can't call this amateur athletics. These guys there's Trinidad Chambliss.
They're getting paid.
Trinidad Chambliss is going to make $5 million.
He's a professional athlete. Jeremiah Smith is a professional athlete. Like, I know they were all paid in the past. I get it. Like,
I cover a college coach. I cover a college basketball coach who said that he's gotten where he talks to his players about that. Hey, don't whine to me. You're a professional.
No. And, look, I get it. Derrick Rose didn't play at Memphis for free. I mean, I understand that. But they're officially not amateur athletes anymore.
The money was so less and there was plausible deniability.
Professionals can play. It's like you go play a state amateur golf tournament and professionals can show up.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just is that going to does the laundry mean that much to people that they're going to continue to watch it? What was the rating on the Miami Indiana game? I never got to see it.
I think it was pretty good. It was the semis that were bad. Semis were really bad. I thought the final was good.
Did it beat Ohio State Notre Dame?
I just don't know.
I mean, Ohio State Notre Dame is about as big a blue blood matchup as you can have that everyone's going to watch. But I was wondering how it rated.
30.1.
Really?
It's a big number.
36% increase over the previous year.
That's my point.
My God. How are you going to tell people? How are you going to tell me it's not working?
I know. That's what I'm saying. That's what I've been saying. He and I have flipped roles on this. And that's not, I'm not saying one of us is right or wrong, good or bad, but we have flipped roles on this. I don't know how anyone can sit here and go, it's broken, when you look at it and the TV ratings are what they are and the people are. I watched, and wasn't just Ole Miss. I mean, people talked about the Ole Miss crowd in New Orleans, and it was massive. Don't get me wrong. But Georgia had a big crowd, too. And I was in Phoenix. There was a huge Ole Miss crowd, but there was a lot of Miami people there, too. And, I mean, I'm like, man, this is a long flight from Miami to Phoenix a week after you'd played a game in Dallas. And for Ole Miss fans, a week after you'd played a game in New Orleans and spent a lot of time and money there. Indiana took the whole effing state to everywhere they went. They went to California and then to Florida.
Everywhere.
They went everywhere.
Everywhere.
I mean,
they went everywhere.
It's just, and Ohio State's there all the time. And had it been Ohio State,
Miami fans in their own stadium.
Yeah, Ohio State would have taken 50,000 people. It's just, I don't know that I buy the it's broken thing.
30.1. How can you say it's broken? How can you? I mean.
Well, 2 weeks. I mean, the week. I'm a little devil's advocate here, but a week before you would have said, "Oh no, this is a terrible downturn because no one watched the semifinals." Miami and Ole Miss got a horrifically bad number, an awful number.
That game was on a
Thursday
night.
Yeah, it's a terrible number. And again, I don't. Here's my thing: and this is a bad analogy. It's a bad comparison. I get it before I say it. It would be like you going, "Oh well." The baseball is great because tons of people watch the World Series. It's a regional sport. It's a local sport. That really doesn't matter. What matters is what's going on in-house in each division and each town.
Sure.
It's why people are getting fed up with the Dodgers. I might still watch for the compelling television, but I care about my team and how I'm impacted. And that's actually what's going to make the sport thrive or not moving forward, is what it does locally and regionally, not
That's nationally. Why I think they're talking about going to a 2014 playoff.
Well, that's true.
Keeping more people involved more, because when people are involved, they're really involved.
And maybe I'm crazy. I think the quality of play has drastically gone downhill in football, and I think it's gone drastically the other way in basketball. I think college basketball is great. I think college football. I think the play is lousy. Like I know the depth's more spread out now, so there's no real great teams. Like 2019 LSU would annihilate that Indiana team. I'm sorry.
I agree.
They wouldn't stay on the same field as them. But I just don't think the teams are as good. It's just not a very good product. Like you watch the NFL compared to that, it's not even the same sport. Like, and maybe it's just because it was Indiana and I couldn't get over the uniform. But like, I don't think that Indiana team is some all-time great team. Yet they're 15-0 and they're celebrated like. I think the whole thing's weird, and it's probably me just not being able to get past the fact that it's Indiana. But it's just odd to me. But college basketball, on the other hand, you get these older players back, plus the young guys like Ament and Acuff.
Yeah.
It's a great product. It's a fantastic product.
College sports have never really been
Tuesday.
about the talent. It really doesn't matter how good the play is for the most part. It doesn't matter. You're pulling for your region or your school or your association in some way. I mean, it's a version of what Big Ben says in the stream because I had the opposite take. People like college football when plumbers were playing. It's popular way before any players were played. They enforce rules that do fine. Yeah, I think that's where it does come into is for the most part. I don't think people are watching college football because the play is great at all. I don't even think that's one of the 10 reasons why.
Yeah.
I think because you can
And
bet on it, all these other things.
I may have that opinion because the SEC just isn't what it was anymore. It's not. I'm sorry. I got to be the bearer of bad news here.
No, it's clearly not.
It might not be. It might not be this. I don't even think. I think it might be behind the Big Ten in totality. Like,
well, the SEC is more. The SEC
is
has been more impacted by the portal than probably any league in the country. There's less.
And
There's
here's
less.
why.
There's less development. There's less. There's less continuity. It takes longer to build chemistry. The whole deal.
Here's the deal. Kirby and Nick used to be able to take 12 future first-round defensive linemen and stack them in the D-line room. And you always used to say, well, you think these guys are good. Wait till you see the puppies. Well, now the puppies are going to go get starter money somewhere else.
Of course. That's my point.
And that was always the difference was the defensive line. The big difference between the SEC and the other leagues was the defensive line play. And they don't have the – it used to be you had one gets hurt or one's a bust or a guy's in jail. The next guy steps in, he's a first-rounder. Now they just don't have that anymore. They're spread around the country. That's been the biggest difference to me.
Hey, Mark, thanks for the call very much, man. I appreciate you.
Thanks, brother. All right, bye. Yep.
Make a pretty good argument, the thing. I mean, I get it's regional and all that stuff, but college baseball relatively thrives despite having third-level players because of the minor league system. I don't care.
Calling Corey Clark back. He wanted to
fine.
come on. No, I'm trying to think in real time.
Yeah. No, I know.
Yes, sir.
What's up, Corey? Sorry I missed your call. You can join in and you can give us your opinion on this too. So what? Say that again about baseball. Let me think about it.
My point was that you don't watch college athletics, college sports for gameplay, like level of play. You just don't. College baseball relatively thrives, and it's the third level of player. There's an entire minor league system that literally takes your best players every year from your signing classes, and yet that's never even a topic we talk about. You just pull for the dudes that are on the mound for you. And I get there's a level where they can move up and all that stuff, but at the same time, it just doesn't matter.
Yeah.
There are rules and there's play, and you follow the guidelines and the system for your team. Frankly, more people are starting to like college baseball because there are at least some perceived guardrails, right or wrong.
I think they're in for a shock if some of this is, and this may be full circle here. This may be where the Greg Sankeys of the world finally come out and say these things, is because look, if
again,
let me finish.
Yeah.
If Charles Bediako gets to play, and if the guy that we were talking about, Amari Bailey, gets to play, there is nothing stopping the baseball player who
I was talking with a friend, and Anthony
maybe-
Servideo was the name coming up.
Okay.
He's kind of bottomed out in the minors.
Okay.
He still could play SEC baseball at shortstop.
Okay. Or the minor leaguer the kid who went out of high school, took the big signing bonus, never made it. 3 years in, he goes, damn, and yet he's good enough to go play at Kentucky or Texas or wherever and make a ton of money and play. If these guys can play, why shouldn't that guy be able to play? And that's my thing.
All right, so
go ahead, Corey.
I guess my perspective, like what Chase is talking about, is all right. So let me say a few things. All right, and I'm not speaking for the Ole Miss fan base, God knows, but just me being a fan. Like, I kind of want Austin Simmons to do great, and if we meet in the SEC championship, to beat him, right? Same thing with like Caden Lee. I don't want any of those LSU guys to do great. Let's get that out of the way. But I did not like Dole for Tennessee. It's irrational because he transferred into us from Coastal. Is that right?
Okay. Yes, he and Andrew Fisher were both mercenaries who transferred from their previous schools to Ole Miss. But
baseball still seems a little pure, is what I'm saying. Like baseball still, like, I did not want Dole. He's a psychopath, and he was great for Tennessee, but it kind of hurt my feelings when they did good at Tennessee, unlike it will hurt my feelings if Caden Lee catches 1,000-yard receiving next year.
But, Corey, I think there is a difference here,
off,
and you can tell me if you're wrong. I think the baseball thing that's frustrating you was how Doyle did it and how he acted about it more than even the fact that he just left.
That may be true. That may be true. And Fisher was I'm about to say a cuss word. Fisher was that too. Like, he was a total prick. Like, so that may be it. But I rooted real hard against those guys, and I don't think that I'm going to really root hard. We'll play Missouri next year, right?
Yes, play them here.
In football.
Yeah.
Yes.
Do we?
Yeah.
Well, we need to beat them that day, but I'm not like over the top about. It's kind of like football is just the cost of doing business, and baseball seems still a little bit holding on to it a little bit pure. But I don't know. That may just be me.
I mean, they gave Peyton Chatagnier a big standing ovation when he came back, or T.J. McCann. Sorry,
and we did the same thing. We did the same thing with McCann.
That's what I meant. Sorry.
Yeah. So I don't know. But hey, Chase, the Titanic thing, the girl that got mad at you.
Yeah.
Was that Leah?
I refuse to answer your question, Corey.
That sounds a hell of a lot like Leah. That's why I'm asking.
I refuse to answer your question.
Am I right?
Yeah, you're correct.
I knew it. I knew when it came out of your mouth.
That's a sad deal there because, I mean, Corey and I know a good many of the same people, but not that many. And for you to pull that out with no other information, that's maybe even scarier than I thought when I first told the story.
I swear to you, I said, that's Leah. And Neal, you remember, she was my office manager, still a great friend of mine, but she was my office manager for a lot of years that Chase graduated with. And as soon as he said that, I was like, that's Leah.
Yeah.
1,000% Leah.
She was not aware that back in 19 whatever the
19
ship went down.
Hey, Corey, what's kind of been the reaction in Amory over this Rufus thing?
Man, I've got a text message thread with a bunch of guys that I went to Ole Miss with, and they were kind of like, man, and this has been going on for like a decade.
Yeah, I remember it back years ago when it kind of first got started.
Yeah, this hadn't been there's no justification for it or anything like that. But this is old news in Amory, so it's not like a big the finish line finally, and now we know what has happened to him. But it hadn't been like a coffee shop conversation or anything like that.
Gotcha. Just curious.
It was that way 5 years ago. So I don't know. But hey, I had a kind of final destination moment the other day.
Oh no.
That only Amory people would know. So you know the underpass, right?
Uh-huh.
A log truck is going through, coming from the Amory side towards the dealership, and the log was too high.
Oh.
Going under the underpass, and it hit the railway bridge and torpedoed backwards towards a car.
Ooh.
Like a piece of shrapnel.
Oh no.
Going a whole log. And it's the car stopped in time, but man, that was one of the I wince every time I pass one of those trucks going through there. That was bad.
Oh man, that's
Oh God.
that's not.
Nope. Yeah. Yep. So y'all, how's everybody in Oxford with the ice? Is it gotten back to normal?
I mean, we're fine, both of us. There are still areas that do not have power and are still having issues. I mean, I don't know where it was today, but I think even yesterday there were 6,000 people in the coverage area that still did not have power as of yesterday. Something like that.
Really?
I think everybody's got water back, but there's still a lot of people without power, and there probably are people.
And we're about 10 days out.
I lost power last
Yes.
Saturday night.
12 days.
12 days. Something like that.
Gotcha.
Hey, real. I mean, I know we're talking to thousands of people, but Amory question is: what grocery stores are still open in town? I have a reason. I'll text you about it after we get off the show.
Walmart and whatever Larson's big.
The Cash Saver or whatever, Food Giant or whatever.
Food Giant.
That's
Food
it.
Giant.
Okay.
Food Giant.
All right.
Yeah. But if hey, Hatley's got like meat now, so y'all got like a souped up Dollar General in Hatley.
Oh, one of those like DG Market like things. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I bet that's nice.
You'd be good right there behind the igloo.
Hey, I bet that thing's handy as hell for you though. You ain't gonna make fun of it.
Oh yeah. No, the Dollar General. No, it's they've got hamburger meat and stuff. So yeah.
Save a Minute's not open anymore.
Okay. Nope. So we missed the ice. You know, we didn't really have a whole. My power never went out. And that line was kind of crazy because like if you're looking at a clock, the line was like from 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock, and we were like right in the middle of the clock. You know, like it was like north of us and west of us. It never got bad here, so we got pretty fortunate with that, and we were talking about it, and we were kind of owed that from Mother Nature from the 23 tornado and Smithville with the 11 tornado. Like we missed this, so it was good. We were never, dealerships were never shut down or anything like that. It was business as usual for the town pretty much. So we were very fortunate with that.
Hey, real quick before you go, anything going on at Clark Ford? Y'all got anything? I know been a lot of talk about interest rates and cars and all those different things. What's up there?
Well, it's crazy. We actually have rebates now. I don't know who slipped and fell in Dearborn and hit the button or whatever, but we've got like $35,000 vehicles with $5,000 rebates, and that's like let me check my math. That's like a seventh of the vehicle is a rebate. So, we've been rocking and rolling pretty good. We had a good January, and it's that time of year where the 25 trucks are leaving and the 26s are coming and the 25s have got the big discounts. And so we've got a handful of stuff that's got really good, value compared to April, so if somebody's in the market, tell them to give me a shout. I don't know if they know my number. It's 662-257-1900. But yeah, Chase, I can't believe I picked that out. Like I knew that. I knew that's who that was when you said that.
That was it. Yeah, I'm impressed and scared at the same time. Both those things.
Yeah, that's right. All right. Well, y'all have a great night.
See you, buddy.
All right. Later.
Hey, who started quarterback first game?
Trinidad Chambliss.
Heard it here first. All right. Later.
Later.
So Brett McMurphy's tweet says SEC announces a revenue distribution of $1.03 billion with a B to SEC's 16 universities for 24-25 fiscal year ending August 31st of 2025. The $72.4 million per school average is approximately 18.6 million above the 2023-24 average of 53.8 million. With full year participation, our friend MPW Digital colleague Tyler Siskey says 35% increase in 1 year, adding another SEC game, which is what they've done, will push it well over 100 million per school next year.
Birmingham Stallions offensive coordinator.
Stallions offensive coordinator.
Yes.
And so there's a part of me that ties all that together and makes me wonder if this is Greg Sankey. Maybe he thinks what you think, which is if you don't put guardrails on this, you're going to kill. You're going to kill the golden goose.
I think Sankey is correct in everything he's saying. I don't disagree with Greg Sankey.
Sure.
I find it odd, interesting, and inquisitive that today is the day we decided to stand on a hill when he's been getting his ass kicked to the level he's gotten it kicked. And we went, nope, this is the bridge too far right here.
All right. So, Matt, caller, hang tight. You can join in, actually. I'm curious when you say this, because a lot of people have also said this. And I'm not saying y'all are wrong, but I'm curious. Can y'all, when you say he's getting his ass kicked, can you explain how you mean?
It's not even necessarily his fault.
Okay.
But, again, he inherited and helped build the SEC to a place where it was this dominant conference that had no equal in any way. You've had the Big Ten be able to hit on so many more of its successes. Its geographic footprint and what it's trying to accomplish has been great, has really worked out for them. You now have these three winners in a row, three different schools, kind of an SEC type thing that's been going on. And the rules as they are in place are really benefiting Big Ten schools because of the corporations that are involved and some of the people and the structures that they have going on with that. Whereas, much to what's going on currently, there's good and there's bad. The SEC is doing more infighting. They are struggling to keep up in some of these infrastructure ways league-wide. Some are being very efficient like Ole Miss, but there's some places that typically would win. They're going, we just simply don't have these horses anymore. Alabama, speaking, is one of them. And this ninth game, depending on how it plays out. Look, it's more money. There's no doubt about that. But it could be catastrophic to your college football playoff situation. Catastrophic. And he can't survive that. He can't survive them not being competitive, at least with the Big Ten as an equal.
Hey, caller, go ahead.
Hey, Neal. Hey, Chase. It's Andre.
Hey, Andre.
I just wanted to jump in from somebody that lives in Big Ten country. The Ohio State, Michigan, the resurgence of Indiana, which is Indiana's got a lot of money. They have a big alumni base in the state. They have a big East Coast alumni base, especially with the business school. And I'm shocked that Indiana did the right thing, hired somebody that could coach, scout, leverage the portal. And they have big time donors like Eli Lilly, which is a huge one. You have the Cook family. Up here in the north, there's a lot of corporate partners that want to be in there. Like Ohio State has a big deal with Learfield. They have a big deal with Safelight. And when it comes to, everybody thinks up north we're really big into pro sports. That is true. But at the end of the day, the corporate partners want to partner with the universities, and they have a ton of grads, huge alumni bases, and a lot of it's corporate money is what you see injected into the Ohio States, Michigans. I think Michigan State's going to get serious. And then also on the other side of the coin, you guys were talking about Tony Batiti. I think Tony Batiti has a lot of bad ideas. When it comes to the college football playoff, he has a narrative that he wants to push. And I get why he wants to do that, because he wants to secure spots for the Big Ten in case the Big Ten, they change the rules and the Big Ten decides to, go back to being the old Big Ten. But at the end of the day, when it comes to the Batiti thing, I can say this much. I think Tony Batiti needs to worry about one particular member institution, because there's some stuff floating out there that I've got a hold of that it's not good. And them and the NCAA are going to have a PR nightmare when that happens, and it's one institution in particular. Michigan.
Okay.
If you think the Sharon Moore issue was like it happened and then it's going to go through the courts and this story's going to die, they're going to pick. There's more to that wound that's going to come out and that they're going to pick at, and I wouldn't say it's worse, but it's equal to of the severity of what happened with him. But it's not my story, so that's about all I can say on it. But it stinks up there in Ann Arbor, I can tell you that much. And them hiring Kyle Whittingham, I think, was a good idea to try to flip the program. But I think Tony Petitti should worry about that instead of trying to dictate terms of the SEC when it comes to the playoff. And I agree with Mark when it comes to the playoff format. Whenever they went to 9 conference games, I know people like Lane and Kirby, they don't like it, but at the end of the day, the Big Ten is they got three natties in a row, in Indiana of all places, which I think is great, especially living in the state. I mean, the whole state was captivated, and I knew a ton of people that went to the Rose Bowl, to the Peach Bowl, and down to Miami. So statewide, it completely flipped the narrative.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it did. I mean, I don't know enough about the dynamics of that school for whatever reason, but I do know, like what y'all both talked about, is those Big Ten schools are massive schools. They all have huge enrollments. They have massive alumni bases, and they are most of them are tied to major corporations. So I mean, there's a lot of advantages in this system that are come their way. And then the other thing the Big Ten has, from a football standpoint, and I don't know how overplayed or underplayed this is. I don't really know. Certainly has the appearance of more easy games than you have in the SEC. Although, I think you can look at the SEC the last few years. Mississippi State's been bad. Arkansas has been bad. Kentucky's been bad. I guess everybody else has had shades of done some things well, but like Auburn's not the program that it used to be. I don't know. Beats me. I mean, I'm not. Sankey was his argument. Probably we were making more money than ever before, and we've declared that it's all about money, and we've got it. And then there would be a lot of people who would say what Chase said, which is if you don't win championships, and the Big Ten does with Michigan and then Ohio State and now Indiana, that it looks like failure. And Lane's argument and Kirby's argument and a lot of other coaches' argument was always, if you add a 9th game, you're adding 9 more losses. And if you add 9 more losses without some guarantees that you're going to get a certain number of bids to the tournament, it's going to be a disaster.
Yeah, I guess I go back and forth with it.
Because look, you add the Ole Miss Texas game, for example. Someone's losing the game.
Well, you have a non-con requirement too. It's 10.
Yeah. So you're playing a lot more games that could end up in L's. Now you're playing games that the TV people love.
Yeah, I think that, I mean, the playoff format, I mean, when they rolled out the 12-team thing, and I looked at the construct of it, I just looked at it and I'm like, well, 13, 14, and 15 aren't going to like it. And then when you roll it to 16, 17, 18, 19 aren't going to like it. And then you have this whole group of 5 thing. And I'm not trying to bag on the group of 5. The committee hid behind the criteria to justify what they did. Now, did I think they got it right? I don't know. The number 1 team in the nation won it all. So do I think Notre Dame beats Indiana? Maybe. I don't know. Probably not. But I think when you talk about adding the 9th conference game, they're going to have to expand the playoffs or just blow the whole thing up, in my opinion.
Yeah. Hey, Andre, thanks for the call, man.
All right. Yep. Have a good one, Neal.
You too. Thank you. Well, yeah, I mean, at this point, from a structure standpoint, you need it to look like the NFL.
100%.
That's where they are right about that.
Yeah.
It actually saves the regular season. It doesn't kill it like everybody says.
Yeah, well, I mean, I used the Ole Miss example earlier in the week. If Ole Miss starts out 1-2, it's pretty much over.
Yeah, and
right?
Sankey said, hell, we're going to 9, and the ADs went, hey, we need the money, we're going to go to 9 without any advancement yet. If it's at 12, you're screwed.
If you're an NFL team and you're 1-2, you're okay. You're okay.
There's a lot of mental stuff that has to change.
I mean, teams that are 10-7 in the NFL go to the playoffs. If you can go to the playoffs, you're still engaged.
Oh,
college football didn't expand the playoffs. They kept it at 12.
Because Sankey and Petiti couldn't agree.
Yeah.
Period. It was them.
And there's no sign that the agreement's coming anytime soon. They fundamentally disagree. And everyone says there's going to do this breakaway. Those two leagues can't get on the same page. You're telling me they're going to break away?
The SEC was still going to have teams that be very competitive and very good, obviously. I mean, they're not dead. I mean, I don't want to over talk about it. Ole Miss was in the Final Four. Georgia could win this thing whenever, all that stuff. But the Big Ten was always going to be the biggest winner when you found ways to legitimize over-the-table money that allowed corporations to get involved. I mean, that's an obvious thing that was a guarantee from the beginning.
Well, yeah, when you make it about money, the people that have the most money are going to win. I mean, you're going to put your money on the Dodgers or the Pirates.
But even beyond that, where people are okay giving it in that structure. Because big corporations and a lot of the Big Ten people did not want to do the under-the-table stuff in the same way.
Right, sure.
It had to make it legitimized.
Yeah.
And then once it was legitimized, you go, maybe, okay.
Hey, caller, go ahead.
Hey, Neal, Chase, David from Madison.
Hey, David.
Neal, got a quick question for you, and then got one for Chase. Do you think, Neal, let's say you decide you don't want to do this anymore or whatever reason, and you decide to move on, would you ever consider doing like a limited run, like maybe 10-episode podcast with some type of investigative journalism?
I don't know. I'd have to really think about that.
Centered around like a crime or like an event in history that not really a conspiracy theory, but something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'd have to really think about that. I don't know.
It's more of a writing thing than a podcast thing because you have to write that all out in script and have it completely. Because I still think there's one around Oxford that would be really interesting and doable right now. Sorry, go ahead, David.
Is it called Hugh Freeze and Funky?
It's not. I don't know that I could probably give you 50 guesses and you couldn't guess it, but I'm certain.
The police thing?
Go ahead.
Chase, your favorite season as a Braves fan? Mine was 91.
I'm too young for 91 to be my favorite season because I was born in December of 83. Now, that was the first time sports broke my heart. Lonnie Smith not sliding, the Twins winning Game 7, the whole deal. My favorite season was probably 96 up until Game 3 of the World Series. Really good Braves team. They make the World Series. They win the first two in Yankee Stadium and then lose 4 in a row and lose in 6 to the Yankees. Jim Leyritz had the home run and everybody, whatever. But I would have been 12, 13 years old, all into it in every way. Because 95, they win the World Series, but that's that strike-shortened year. They come back, but they don't play 162. It's a little disjointed for that year. It's 96. I had a blast as a kid, young teenager Braves fan in 96.
Do you think one of the reasons the Braves didn't win more World Series was Bobby Cox's management of the bullpen in the postseason?
Maybe. I'm thinking through it. That if you're talking about on paper what caused it, yes. Also, it was just kind of weird bad luck in so many ways. Like, I have a hard time. Like, now, here's the deal, too. Their bullpens were not structured for those events the way other teams necessarily were simply because of the rotation they had. I mean, there was a give and take to everything. And that was some of your give and take. The lineup went cold at times in the postseason, just completely, clunkered out. It does take talent, though, to only win World Series when you win. I guess I'd have to do the math in my head. Would they end up winning 13 straight division titles?
Something like
14.
That. Okay, 14. Yep.
Yeah. That'll never be repeated in North American sports.
I don't know. The Dodgers might. I don't know. I don't know if you're watching the NL West these days. I mean, you're probably right.
You're talking about like you're talking about the bullpen being structured differently. When you had those horses, you didn't need a sixth inning guy.
Well, I mean, that was true back then.
You got it. And Neal, I was the one that asked you on the mailbag about Smoltz versus the big unit in Game 7. And,
yep.
Man, John Smoltz just did not disappoint when the pressure was on.
He probably pitched. He was one half of the greatest pitched postseason game ever.
They should have let him go the 10th inning.
Probably so. Yeah, I mean, he and Jack Morris were both amazing.
When they used to have the Braves Hall of Fame, I went for Smoltz's induction, Bobby Cox's induction, and Glavin's induction at the Braves Hall of Fame. And they would always have this round table. And one year, Smoltz he was like, I could have gone 10. I could have done it. And you could tell he may have smirked a little bit at Bobby Cox when he said that.
I'm
that's
sure.
the greatest game of all time, in my opinion.
Such a well-pitched game. I mean, series overall. I just pulled up this 91 World Series, and Atlanta won Game 5, 14-5. But if you take that game out, the final scores, 5-2, 3-2, 5-4, 3-2, 4-3 in 11 innings, and then 1-0. And, the 5-4 was in 12.
So that's Charlie Leibrandt. Was Kevin Tapani with the Twins?
Sounds right. You got that one, David?
Yeah, I think that's right. Charlie Leibrandt was such a big acquisition around that time because he was just steady.
Morris, Tapani, Scott Erickson, Alan Anderson, and David West.
Yeah, I mean,
and their closer was Rick Aguilera.
Yep.
And the Braves closer was Alejandro Pena. That year. What a year. All right, last question. I'll let you guys go. Dale Murphy deserves to be in the Hall of Fame, right?
He's kind of like Eli Manning in a lot of ways. He had a period where he dominated. It didn't last probably as long as you typically needed for it to, but he had those years where he was the best player in the game. I mean,
and if we're going to keep people out because of – go ahead.
I think he's a Hall of Famer. I understand the people that argue against it, but like there was a period of time where he was clearly the best player in the game, and it was more than 1 year.
Oh yeah.
Back-to-back MVPs on some terrible teams.
Yeah. No, he was a great player for a extended period of time, and then part of his problem is at the end when he wasn't at the top of his game, he wasn't anywhere close to it, and he gets punished for that. And I don't really like that. I like looking at guys.
That's not fair.
I like looking at guys' primes and going, man, that's when he was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, if you were a male in the Southeast, that's who you wanted. For me, it was him and Bob Horner.
Yeah.
Around that time. But if you're going to keep a lot of the Hall of Fame for their moral character, then you would think his moral character would.
That does frustrate me. Just
I had about a 10-minute. No, I had basically like a 10-minute one-on-one sit down at a breakfast with him one time. Just the nicest guy. I'm just some nobody, and he was just talking to me like he was, how interested he was, and. When they won the West that 1 year in the locker room, they had milk for him to drink because he didn't drink alcohol.
Interesting.
Yeah, he was a great player. Hey, thank you for the call, David. Appreciate it.
All right, guys. Yep. Have a good one.
Yeah, Braves in 91, Glavine, Lee Brandt, Smoltz, Avery, and then kind of a rotating fifth starter, Kent Merker, Mike Stanton, both on those teams.
Well, they needed Maddux.
Pete Smith was on that team.
I remember Pete Smith.
Yeah. Yeah, needed Maddux. Had to round it out later. Did you see that story from Pitching Ninja this week about Maddux?
Yeah, the scuff.
No, how he signed baseballs.
Oh, yeah.
They signed him Jeffrey Dahmer if it was an adult, so they couldn't sell it.
Yeah.
The kids got Greg Maddux, and the adults got 31 Jeffrey Dahmer.
Yeah. He was he was the best. He would have probably been my favorite player of all time had he stayed.
I don't think what Sankey's doing is a trial balloon. I think he is finding this as the straw that he knows is going to break the camel's back and is trying to stop it, despite it being inside his own conference.
Well, it tells you that he's hearing from a lot of constituents and others. He's hearing from others. I mean, he didn't do this in a vacuum. Something led him to go here. I mean, he's obviously concerned that you're setting a precedent with a professional player.
Oh, no, I think that is the bridge that is too far. I believe that and can't be pushed off.
I mean,
that.
there are basketball coaches in the league that are looking at this going, all right, look, if he can play, we're going to go find us a pro.
Amen. Why not?
Well, that's where so once you start down that road.
And that's why I agree with him. I just find the timing interesting when he's been so quiet to everything else.
Yeah.
Just watch the cars crash. And yet now.
I mean, you've got Bruce Pearl saying Alabama should be ineligible. You had Todd Golden, who just won a title, centering his bullseye square on Alabama.
Yeah.
It's true. You know, Bama just beat Bucky McMillan's team last night. Probably wouldn't have had it not been for Bediako. Every little bit counts in a 100-97 game.
Yeah. How do you play?
I don't know.
Okay.
But he played.
Yeah.
If you take him off the court, they probably lose the game. I mean,
I'm curious. Let's see.
And I just know how competitive these people are. These are hyper-competitive people.
19 minutes, 5 points, 4 boards.
Yeah.
1 block.
You take him off the court, somebody else had to play those minutes.
1 assist, 2 fouls.
Can Matt Powers get Braun to campus? Listen, I'm watching Amari Bailey with fascination.
I get it.
He's just 21.
And what I can't answer, because I know somebody's screaming it at their computer right now, is what about all the European players that were in the pros? I know. I get it. I don't know.
Well, people argue that, well, in Europe, you know, if you want to play at that level, you have to play professionally starting at about age, 15?
Right.
But
it's just not
still pro. Structure. So are you discriminating against Americans? It's the argument.
It's a stupid argument.
I mean, I'm trying to bite my tongue on this because people do not like it when I do this. If I told you in 2019 that this is where we'd be, you would have said that's stupid.
Well, and it's why
you would have said that's stupid.
Yeah.
And here we are, and now we're doing this stupid thing, and everybody's going, "Well, I don't what's the big deal?" And I'm not. I'm officially on the let it go. I've said this all week. You've opened the box. And I realize that Pandora's not actually in the box. It's a box that belongs to Pandora. But it's a much better analogy to say she's in the box and we're letting her out.
The genie.
We're letting the genie out of the bottle. She doesn't want to go back in. She likes it out here. She's pretty. People buy her drinks and buy her dinner, and she goes to parties. Why would she want to get back in the bottle? And you knew that when you let her out. And here we are. And I don't know where it goes. But now you have people going, look, we have to agree here. We have to almost have this gentleman's agreement here to have structure.
What happens in the Bediako thing tomorrow?
I don't know the people enough. My guess is that he gets another extension.
What's he technically going for tomorrow? Is it extending the TRO, or is he looking for a preliminary injunction tomorrow?
They're trying to get an injunction where he can play. They're trying to get an injunction just to get him to the end of March.
And that's what's
interesting. It's just 7 weeks.
And that's what's interesting about these injunctions is that by the letter of the law, you have to prove that you more than likely are going to win eventually to get the preliminary injunction. Like that. That's the way that the legal system is structured.
I understand that.
We're not following that at all.
No.
I mean, I get why Sankey and Baker want to go. State court's not going to allow us to do anything because it's just a bunch of. I mean, I get
They're not wrong.
No, they're right. But it's because of the NCAA's own ineptness. That's what pisses everybody off. Is that they always do the high and mighty bullshit when they're the problem and the fault to begin with. They caused everybody else to get here because they're inept.
They did, and their argument essentially is...
Oh, they do the member bullshit.
No,
That's their thing.
Their argument is essentially 2 wrongs don't make it right. I know.
So I can be wrong over and over, but by God, if you... I mean, give me a break.
You know who you're talking to.
I know.
I mean, you can get mad
I get
at me.
so sick of wealthy membership created the rules. It's like... Oh,
I mean, that's where they are. That's where we've gone. Hey, caller, who's this?
Hey, it's Thomas over Tupelo. How are y'all tonight?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Are we solving the uranium problem, or are we finding more interesting topics to talk about?
Which problem?
The Iranian problem.
The Iranians.
Oh, what's going on with the Iranians? I haven't watched news in weeks.
Oh gosh, it's just a possible invasion and all that. kind of
No, we're
stuff.
trying to solve Greg Sankey coming out against the University of Alabama today.
Oh, about the basketball player.
Yes, that is correct. Bediako.
Important stuff.
That's always good.
Yeah,
Oh,
the
More
main
changing
headlines
events.
above the fold.
Yeah.
That term will be dead.
I
in like
mean,
48 months.
Unless Iran has some guys who can play, we're not worried about this. I mean, they don't.
Well, you know, well, if they can't play, they probably get executed by the Ayatollah. So that's a whole another situation. Hey, here's my theory, and y'all tell me if I'm crazy when I say this. What's the difference of a player exhausting their 4-year eligibility under scholarship? Because if you're an undergrad and you get a scholarship, you go for free. But if you want to go get a master's or a doctorate, you have to pay your own way. So what's the difference in an athlete? And by the way, the NCAA still says that they are a student /
they do.
athlete. Well, if an athlete comes second, that's considered extracurricular, if I'm not mistaken. It's not required. And so if a normal student can go back and get his doctorate and his master's and pay his own way, why can't an athlete say, hey, I'll pay my way back to college, but I want to play sports because it's extracurricular? What's the difference?
I like this. I mean, why not? Well, I mean, so
yeah,
theoretically,
how many people do y'all know? Yeah, how many people do y'all know that have multiple undergrads? I mean, the perfect example that unfortunately has gone under the radar is D.T. Shackelford got a doctorate in education because he had 2 knee injuries, but he still got his doctorate. But he could have gone back and gotten his doctorate on his own dime.
Sure.
So why can't you do that as an undergrad? I mean, why can't you as a regular student say, hey, I'm going to come back and I'm going to walk on, pay my way, and I'll be the starting quarterback for you.
And collect my NIL and rev share.
Exactly, and I'll pay the tuition. I'll drop the $25 in tuition. That's not a big deal.
Sure. Hey, I think you're on to something.
That's where I think we're headed. I think that's where we're headed.
Listen, people think I'm kidding when I do this week. I think this is where we're headed too. I think we're headed to a place where pros come back and play college.
Because let's be honest,
I think that's where we're headed. I'll go one further. I'll go one further. I was listening to Jimmy Dykes the other night, and it wasn't the Ole Miss game. It was another game, and he was making kind of a joke, but the way he said it, I went, huh. He talked about, hey, it's a matter of time before a player starts a season on one team and ends it on another.
I do think that has a possibility.
I don't know if y'all know.
And the way he said it, I went, huh.
Hey, because I don't know if y'all know this or not, but there is this thing called a winter session, a Christmas break. And that's completely possible where a team that's not in the playoffs and fully out, a team that's in the playoffs goes, hey, can we use your running back? Can we get your running back for the spring semester?
Oh, I mean, I used an example today on McCready and Siskey that I thought was kind of interesting. What if a year ago Colin Murray Boyles was playing at South Carolina, NBA caliber player? South Carolina's going nowhere. What if you could make it where, like, I don't know, let's pick a team that was sort of marginal that couldn't quite get over the hump. Hell, Ole Miss. Ole Miss could trade for Colin Murray Boyles with his permission. He could change schools, and in return, Ole Miss would give South Carolina, I'm just making numbers up right now, okay, $2.5 million that South Carolina could use on top of their rev share or just as part of their NIL package to get better for next year. What would stop it if Colin Murray Boyles said, yeah, cool, I'll go?
But nobody's going to say no to that.
I mean, I just watched the NBA the last few days. The NBA trade deadline was today. Lots of players moved, lots of excitement. Everybody was talking about it. What if you added that to the college game?
Yeah, well, Major League Baseball. Same thing.
Major League Baseball is the trade deadline. I mean, July 31st, everybody's glued to the trade deadline, 3:00.
Yeah. I mean, my question is, what university is going to say no to a player that is willing to pay for his way to go to college and make the university millions of dollars? No college is going to say no to that.
I mean,
yeah, you want to come back for your 5th, 6th, 7th, 8th year and pay $25,000 a year in tuition, and we pay you $4 million a year, but you're going to make the university 15. What player is going to say no to that? Or what university is going to say no to that?
Yeah, if some guy who wasn't quite good enough to play offensive tackle in the NFL, but was good enough to be your starting tackle right now, and he'd pay his own way.
Well, hey, I know
Ole Miss would
y'all
sign
make
up for
this
that,
joke
right?
all the time. Well, y'all make this joke. I mean, let's be honest. Larry Tunsil has one more year left.
Yeah,
he does.
I mean, that cat coming back into the free agency in college football, that dude's making – I mean, if the guy that the Sexton kid from Colorado is, making 5, he's making 10 coming back from the NFL.
You got Laramie Tunsil to the Ole Miss football team next season. You're going to be pretty good.
Yeah.
Let's roll, baby.
I mean, okay, so that's all right, hold on a second, though. I'm going to ask both of you. That's an extreme example, but let's take Laramie out. I mean, obviously he's making $70 million. He's not going to do that. But let's take a guy. I don't know who. I can't think of anybody off the top of my head, but somebody who was good enough to be a really good college player, not quite good enough to make big NFL money. And that guy wanted to come back and get a master's, and he had a 5th year. What would people really say?
Decent example. He's out of football, but probably could get back into shape. Greg Little.
Okay.
Played for the Panthers. Played for the Dolphins.
Okay.
Was an all-SEC offensive lineman.
So what would people say? What would Ole Miss people say? Let's play it out. I'm curious. There's no wrong answer. I'm curious. I'm desperately curious. What would you say?
I would say yes.
Okay. All right. Then what if that same kid? What if that same guy was going to go to LSU?
I mean, they would all be everywhere in this.
Yeah. So we're doing the provincial thing where we're what we're doing though when we do this way. And maybe this is what people are saying. I don't know. I'm literally spitballing.
Again, I don't like that Chambliss is caught up in this because he's a much more common sense case than so many of these cases.
Right.
It's a stupid thing to take him and lump him into this guy that just goes, "Oh, I just want an 8th year because." Like,
yeah,
that's where my brain is having a hard time.
I'm wondering if there would be a way to players like that, or like y'all said earlier in the show this morning, I believe it was, that, you know, kids that do like the one and dones in basketball, the kids who are only in the minor league, if there's a special area for those kids to get into where all the teams in the country have access to them, where they have their own portal area that they can re-enter, that all the teams can have access to them. Have a separate, like not a transfer portal, but have like an, you know, eligibility window portal, something that all these players can get into, so they don't have to, you know, where you don't have this issue where, you know, it's okay for Ole Miss to bring Greg Little back for 1 year, but all these players can enter, and then you can go, okay, we have this other player pool for eligibility for say 2 to 4 years or however long they want to pay their own way, and then go backwards. If that makes any sense. Have another secondary, I don't know, system for players who've not exhausted their eligibility but still have eligibility. If that makes any sense.
Yeah, you're saying almost like it's not an expansion pool, but I know what you mean. I mean, same.
Yeah.
Sort of
You'd be excited covering that, wouldn't you?
Kind of like what's it called in baseball? It's the secondary picks.
The Rule 5 draft.
Oh, yeah, that compensation picks or something like that.
Yeah, I mean,
compensatory picks or something like that.
Yeah,
That's the word I'm looking for.
There you go.
Yeah, I pulled that out of the air. Yeah,
it's all going to kill it.
But you know, yeah, just
what is Anthony Servideo
I thought that was
doing?
interesting because
I don't know.
He's not making $1 million this year, that's for sure.
He was a fast riser at first, and it seems like he's kind of leveled out now.
Leveled out, you say? So he's not playing in the majors?
He's not in the major leagues.
Well,
I mean, Ole Miss needs a shortstop.
What about Errol Robinson? What about Errol Robinson?
I mean, Gray
like
just
that.
got picked back up the last few days. He was unemployed there for a while.
I mean, Gray could probably play at Ole Miss right now, couldn't he? Pretty good.
I would think so.
Give him an
Played
aluminum
for the
stick.
Astros last year.
If I give him an aluminum stick, you think he'll be good?
It's killing it. I'm just telling you.
Be a fan favorite. Very popular family.
It's not your team. It's everybody's team is the problem. It's not the question of whether you would like to have dude back. It's that you got to deal with everybody else getting their dude back.
Be better play.
They don't care. That's not the point. Nobody gives a shit.
I mean, the TV people would care. Maybe it would maybe we'd watch more.
Okay. I appreciate the thought exercise. It's been fun.
Yeah, it's just
having a blast.
Something different. That's what I've been. Yeah, that's what I've been thinking about. So
no, I appreciate it. No, seriously, it was a good idea.
All right, see you.
Thank you.
Just need a Rule 5 draft.
God,
that's all you need. Throw a draft in this thing.
Yeah, we don't need any more portals. We don't need
I mean, people love drafts.
This is an emotional sentence because I am saying that again. Chambliss should be eligible. This is stupid. All these cases being able to go to state court is a huge problem.
Yeah,
I mean it's defying logic.
But without state court, based on what's happened, his career would be over.
Yeah, I'm not talking about Trinidad.
Right, I understand.
In general.
Yeah.
Again, it can be. There's so many different things at play here.
Mm-hmm. Phone line's open. If you guys want to call, we'll take another couple.
The lights are kind of like doing the turning on and off in the bar, you know.
Oh yeah,
last call.
A little bit, yeah. You said that about. I looked up at that light, like there you go.
When was the last time you did last call in a bar?
94.
Oh, has it really been that long since you've been in a bar when it closed?
Oh, I thought you meant when I was working in a bar.
No, just
since I closed a bar.
Yeah.
Fayetteville last year when I was with all 3 kids. Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah, probably unwise, but yes.
Oh, interesting. Okay. I get it.
That was a tired next day.
Was it?
Yeah.
Was that when you you did the podcast, the woman?
Yeah.
That was then?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That story?
Yeah, it's a crazy story. In jail and wherever she was with the Major League Baseball
Yeah,
player.
that's right. Yeah. Oh, I'm glad you said that. I was going to tell you something.
Hey, caller, who's this?
Hey, boys, it's Bobbin. How are y'all?
Hey, Bob, I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good. I got to get used to y'all starting this early. I just got back from the gym like 45 minutes ago, and I just saw the alert on my phone. I was like, oh, damn, they've been on for a minute.
Yeah, we've been on an hour and
40-ish
It's usually
minutes.
at 4 or 4:30 now, huh?
We started about 4:15. Yeah, it's when we start earlier like this, we get to have our night. Like Chase has something to do tonight, and I fly to Austin in the morning. Just it's kind of nice to have a little bit of time to. It works for us better. And frankly, we've had tons of calls. I mean, the phones have been burning because the Greg Sankey did us a favor tonight by injecting himself into the news cycle.
My take is he's not going to be the commissioner in 2 years, but that's just me.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think that.
I agree with you.
I'm not sure that I agree with y'all, but I respectfully disagree.
Look, man, I know there was one pod y'all did this week where y'all went over, I think it was if Ole Miss went 9-3, and I think the losses were what? LSU,
Oklahoma,
Texas,
and Texas.
Oklahoma?
LSU, Oklahoma, and Texas. We were taking. Well, Michael Bratton had them at 11-1, right? No, he had them at 9-3.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was those
Yeah,
three losses.
he had Ole Miss losing to.
He had Texas and Georgia at 11-1.
Yeah. So he had LSU. He had Ole Miss losing at home to LSU, and then at Texas and at Oklahoma.
I think once multiple SEC schools get left out of the playoff, that's going to be the avalanche.
Yeah, I don't know if Sankey.
That's going to tip it off.
I don't know that he's 2 years, but I do think the days are numbered. I do. Yeah.
I don't even know who they'd hire, though. But, I mean, that's not really something I think anyone's well-versed with. I mean, I'm going to assume they could not afford to hire away the guy running the Big Ten, even if they wanted to.
Well, in the past, they've pretty consistently kind of promoted from within. And they went out and got Mike Slive, who was the commissioner of Conference USA, but that was a long time ago.
Well, I mean, Sankey had worked in the SEC office for what, like almost a decade before he got the full big-time gig?
He was there a while, yeah.
I think that's right, yeah.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'd just be fascinated in this era of where we're at in college athletics, where you go with commissioner hires.
Is Charlie been sort of in line there at all?
I think for the longest time he was in line, but that was in a world where Greg Sankey's forced out. I don't know that he would still be in line.
Yeah.
Maybe he would be. I don't know.
Yeah. That's going to be fascinating. Chase, so I have not kept up with the upcoming SEC baseball season at all. I saw LSU and Mississippi State are like top 5-ish.
They are. State has basically half of Virginia's
Kendall
team.
or not.
Do what?
I think I saw somewhere, it might have been Kendall on Twitter, talked about how Ole Miss, I can't remember if it was Kendall or not. He basically made it sound like the Rebels are going to be one of the more underrated teams in the country this year, just based off what he thinks they're going to do.
He does not have them ranked. There's a lot of variance. D1 baseball doesn't have him in the top 25, although he has Hunter Elliott, SEC preseason pitcher of the year. And then the Athletic, I think, came out this week and had Ole Miss 13th. So a good bit of variance. But I think they profile really good. I think they're underrated. I think they're a top 12 to 15 team in the country. And I don't typically say that, but I do. I think they're good.
Oh, that'll play.
Coaches poll came out today. This is the coaches. They've got LSU at 1 with 9 first-place votes, Texas second with 1, Mississippi State third with 4, Arkansas 4th with 2, and then Auburn, Tennessee, Florida, Vanderbilt, Georgia, Ole Miss 10th, followed by Kentucky, Alabama, Texas A&M, Oklahoma, South Carolina, and Missouri. Hunter Elliott's first team.
Okay, so Vitello is no longer at Tennessee, right?
He is with the San Francisco Giants.
Okay, so I'm guessing they hired like an intern or an assistant.
They
Are
hired Elander, their
still?
assistant. Yes.
So are they still just going to be the most hated baseball team in the SEC, or are they going to kind of chill out?
I do. I mean, they chilled out even last year. I am curious to see what the personality is. I mean, he's pretty damn fiery and whatnot, but I do think it'll be a little calmer, a little less of a psychotic situation just with the main person out. It's a different deal when it's first year guy. League's good. League's really good. I mean, it's damnedest thing. I think 12 teams in the top 25, something like that.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to argue with. I mean, you can argue Ole Miss belongs ahead of some of those other teams, certainly, but you can argue for all of those teams too. I mean, we're talking about LSU, Texas. I mean, stop me when you think a team's bad. LSU, Texas, Mississippi State, Arkansas, Auburn, Tennessee, Florida, Vanderbilt, Georgia. I mean, those 9 teams, those are I mean, you probably take a lot of those teams and throw them in a hat.
And Ole Miss's schedule, and look, there'll be good teams that don't play as well and can't get it together. I think State's kind of maybe the most fascinating team in the league as far as can the chemistry click because they have talent, but it's all thrown together in kind of a weird way. But if everybody played to projections, Ole Miss has statistically the most difficult SEC season in conference history.
Because Ole Miss doesn't play Oklahoma, South Carolina, or Missouri.
I think that's right.
And those are the 3 teams that I think consensus are the worst in the league.
Yeah, it's the hardest schedule in SEC history if everyone played to their ability. Now they won't, so it's a dumb stat.
Sure.
But that's where we are.
I was about to say someone's going to suck this year, and they're not supposed to.
Well, I mean, someone will have some injuries. Someone will have some injuries or whatnot.
Cannot wait till they add Virginia, and then it's just another bear in the conference when it comes to baseball.
And North Carolina.
I was about to say, isn't North Carolina pretty good at baseball too,
really
or am I just imagining
No,
that?
they're good. Yeah, they're good.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the one sport where, say what you want about conference expansion, the SEC is just not going away. It's baseball. It's just getting more and more stacked. This is what, Mike's 26th year?
Whatever year it is, that is his year. So, yes, 26. That is correct.
Jesus. I was 6 years old when he was hired.
Oh, wow. He was hired June 7th, 2000.
Oh, I was 5.
That was the day he was hired, June 7th, 2000. Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
And now he gets to bring
crazy.
Gray back.
I mean, my expectation is they should be good enough to host a regional, and then at that point, let's just see what happens.
I mean, Hunter's going to win a lot of games. They're going to hit a lot of home runs. They're going to hit a ton of home runs.
Imagine how many they'd hit if Gray Kessinger played in that lineup.
More than they would without him. And they are going to pitch. I really like their pitching staff. I think they've got some offensive questions, but we'll see. We got time. Nevada.
Yeah.
Missouri State.
I mean,
Evansville.
Are they going to be better or worse defensively from last season?
They need to be a little better. I don't know. I think they just need to be average. I don't think above average is possible. Really don't.
Because, I didn't really have super high expectations going into last season. And then it got to a point where, as the season started to play out, I was like, oh, man, if they get the right draw in a regional, and then, how that ended. But I feel like Mike's kind of just embraced the portal a little bit better. Or not embraced, just evaluated better. Maybe I'm wrong on that. I don't know.
I think they've done a good job. They've got a little more money relative this year. I mean, they're putting in a little over $3 million into that roster. It's not at the top, but it's up there. So no, I think they're good. I mean, it's just a matter of who stays healthy and who jails. They got a chance.
Yeah.
So
all right. Well, I'll hang up. I'll let y'all go. Appreciate y'all taking the call.
Thanks,
Thank
Fiven.
you.
Appreciate you.
That mint green. Oof.
Yeah, it's just bad. I'm going to try to call this person back because they tried to call, and then we'll stop.
Hey, man.
Hey, Eric. No, I saw you tried to call us a couple of times. So we're getting you in, letting you be our last call.
Oh, good deal. Good deal. Well, I won't keep you long. Wife and I are walking, so I don't want no wind noise bothering you. But it was funny a while ago. She said, "What are you listening to?" And I said, "My podcast." And she started laughing. She said, "Jackass." I said, "Well, they've been called worse, but I like them." So, no, I just wanted to call, and I know the weather's been crazy. Just if there is anybody that has used us this past week, we appreciate all their patience and kindness. And man, we got some stuff coming up that I'm pretty excited about as far as what we can offer, what we can do. So I'll share that with you here real soon. So just wanted to shout, and I hope y'all have a good week.
Thank you, Eric.
Hey,
Appreciate
absolutely.
you very much.
Appreciate you always, bud.
Y'all have a good one. Bye.
That's Eric Payne with Comer Heating and Air, Southern Air Conditioning and Heating. Don't forget, it sounds crazy right now, but
you need it serviced.
Warm weather's coming, and before it does, you want to make sure the AC is ready to go. So probably here in the next few weeks, you ought to get in touch with those guys, set up a service appointment, get them to come by, test your unit, make sure you're good to go, because it will get hot. That's my prediction for the summer, is that it will get hot. Probably really hot.
Really hot.
So you need to prepare yourself. All right. Big thanks to Greg Sankey for his help tonight.
Yes.
Greg, appreciate you, bud. As always, we'll have coverage of stuff over the course of the weekend. I'll be in Austin Saturday, Ole Miss and Texas, 1 p.m. Have coverage at Rebels 24/7 afterwards. 10 weekend thoughts, all of that stuff. Enjoy the Super Bowl. Again, thanks to Comer and Southern for sponsoring this show. Have a great weekend. We'll see you guys back here on Monday. Until then, for Chase, I'm Neal. Take care.